Good afternoon, welcome to our Camnet Midday News. My name is Amazing Katamanda with the headlines. Seized BOWMAN LUSAMBO'S properties risk being forfeited to the state. Agriculture student protests demanding employment.
Team, the trajectory of the business looks very positive, and it looks like we'll be able to launch the ministry.
There's so much data.
Mom?
Yes, baby?
It says here, global warming and climate change is caused by the pollution from careless activities of human beings.
Wow!
Son, do you know I can turn my phone into a TV remote?
How's that possible?
It's so easy. Check this out.
Be smart, be fast with mega data from Zamtel. Get your 15 GB mobile data for only 100 kwacha, 30 GB mobile data for only 200 kwacha, and your 70 GB LTE data bundle with free Netflix, YouTube, Facebook, and WhatsApp. Visit our Facebook page, website, or service centers countrywide for more information. Zamtel, your digital lifestyle partner.
Thank you for staying with us in other news in detail. The AntiCorruption Commission ACC has seized properties worth over 22 million kwacha belonging to former Lusaka Province Minister BOWMAN LUSAMBO, property suspected to be process of crime. ACC spokesperson Queen Chiwe says all seized properties are located in Lusaka's Chamba Valley area.
In the build-up to the August 12, 2021 general election in Batod Kabushi constituency, lawmaker BOWMAN LUSAMBO was among those with the perception that Hakainde Hichilema will never govern this country. The lawmaker went to the extent of betting his house over Mr. Hichilema becoming a president of Zambia. Although President Hichilema could not personally get Mr. LUSAMBO'S house after his victory, the Anti-Corruption Commission has grabbed it along with properties worth 22 million kwacha. The anti-corruption body invoked Article 58(1) of the Anti-Corruption Commission Act No. 3 of 2012 to undertake the seizure. According to ACC spokesperson Queen Chiwe, the seized properties were acquired and constructed by Mr. LUSAMBO using suspected proceeds of crime, and the Commission reasonably believes and suspects that the properties are still registered in another person's name.
Okay, we are here simply because the Anti-Corruption Commission has actually seized 8 pieces of properties that belong to former Lusaka Province Minister, Mr. BOWMAN LUSAMBO, and of the 8, we also is included is a subdivision of a farm. All these are properties that are suspected to be proceeds of crime. They have been under investigation, and so the Commission reasonably believe that they were acquired using proceeds of crime, and they were built using proceeds of crime, and so as a commission, using Section 58 of the Anti-Corruption Act, No. 3 of 2012, we have seized these properties. Yes, the tenants will be asked to leave because we have seized the property. So it now belongs to the state at this particular stage. Of course, in the process of seizure, not yet forfeited. But the tenants cannot be allowed to stay in them. There will be another notice using the law that will be served on them so that they can vacate the premises.
Mr. LUSAMBO has several court cases to attend to on his calendar, and one of them being the case slated for 17th May 2022, where the former Lusaka Province Minister and his wife are facing 10 counts of possession of property suspected to be proceeds of crime, conspiracy to defraud, and tax evasion. Patrick Soko, Camnet News in Lusaka.
Over 100 agriculture students and graduates have also joined the bandwagon of graduates calling for the government recruitment. Thursday, 14th April 2022, the students staged a peaceful protest from Lusaka's Central Business District to the Ministry of Agriculture in head office, but their protest was in futility as the authorities were not present to address them.
Viva! Viva! Everybody's easy! Everybody's easy!
They cry foul, taking it to the streets, demanding employment in the civil service. Over 100 agriculture students and graduates Thursday staged a peaceful protest demanding recruitment from the Ministries of Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries. On behalf of protesters, Dalisani Ngulube says no one among them and those who graduated before them have seen employment by government for the past 10 years.
The reason we are here is that we have been neglected a lot. We are agricultural graduates and we are important in the food security of the nation, but we were last recruited 10 years ago. Muzambia Mudinsala, and we are the key. We have done our studies. It's not that the government, it is a responsibility for the government to give us jobs, but we are important. If you recruit a teacher, recruit an extension officer.
They marched their way to Lusaka's Mlongoshi house, seeking audience by Minister in charge of Agriculture, Mr. Ruben Mutolo, who was reported not being present in the office by many in uniform.
You are making noise. If you've got a leader, one of you can go to the HR or any other offices. So as for now, if you can disperse.
Gone to the Central Police, requested for a penny, which we did. So this time around, we were like, okay, let's go that side. Whereas the person that is talking to the police is going to find us here. But actually, the PS and the minister is aware that we are coming here.
However, some spotted group members were summoned by police service at Lusaka Central Police.
So when we hear everything, then we come out. But I won't complain about anything. They haven't brutalized us. We are okay. So we just want to hear what they say. Then I'll give feedback. So what's happening is that we are supposed to have a peaceful walk from curfew around about the office of the minister, so that we say our grievances and we...
So today, just in the morning, I was called from the Central Police. When from the Central Police there, when I reached surprise, I was told like, you can't go ahead. We as the police, we advise you first to consult from the minister and the permanent secretary.
But to these graduates, employment is what they seek from government, stating they are as important as other sectors such as the education and health, who are currently undergoing a recruitment process.
There's been an ongoing recruitment for the nurses and for the teachers. And we want to be heard because we believe every course is important and is vital.
Sector. We're asking and pleading for the government that they should look on us so that we can also benefit as like how others are benefiting.
Please, Mr. President, please, Babali, Tilangane Nkoni.
You are busy complaining about the economy. If you employ the agriculture graduates, then you have employed the nation. Please, 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 help us, employ us. Why you employ us? Then you are safe.
Alex Shimba, Camnet News, in Lusaka.
12 Lusaka men, among them 2 police officers charged with aggravated robbery, have been committed to the Lusaka High Court for trial. The Director of Public Prosecutions has issued instructions to commit to the High Court Francis Kayondo, a police officer at Matero, Newton Hamkamba, a state police officer, Lusaka Division Homicide, Soft Mubala, a businessman, among others, for 5 counts of aggravated robbery charges.
Tight security surrounded by C5 officers, all the 12 men accused of aggravated robbery have been squeezed in this small van. Accused, among them 2 police officers, are facing 5 counts of aggravated robbery charges involving over 1 million kwacha. Francis Kayondo, a police officer at Matera Police Station, 33-year-old Newton Hamkamba, a state police officer at the Lusaka Division Homicide, 25-year-old Derek Chansa, a driver, 62-year-old Soft Mobala, a businessman, 48-year-old James Mutenga, an electrician from Chingola, 52-year-old Frank Mukua, a farmer, among others. Yesterday, the 13th of April 2022, only 8 appeared before Lusaka Chief Resident Magistrate Dominic Magalicha, a situation which made the Lusaka Magistrate Court to adjourn the case to today, so as to allow other accused persons to be brought before court for explanation of the charge and possible committal Given the fact that the alleged offence is only tried by the High Court, the 12 were Thursday morning all committed to the Lusaka High Court for trial, following a certificate of committal from the Director of Public Prosecutions. Allegations before court allege that in October 2021, the 12, whilst armed with AK-47, stole a one-pallet gun worth 1,000 kwacha, a safe worth $5,000, and $1,720 cash, the property of Tractor ZAM Limited. It is also alleged that the time the offence was committed, the accused used violence on the victim, Tito Mandela. In the other count before court, allegations indicate that the accused on the 8th of November 2021, whilst armed with a non-firearms, stole 40,000 kwacha cash, $300 cash, 50 Malawan, a shotgun Ken Arms 12 caliber valued at 15,000 kwacha, and 2 Samsung A10 cell phones, among other goods. They are expected to appear before the High Court soon. Miriam Kaimba, reporting for Camnet TV News.
A 15-year-old girl of Lusaka's George Township has testified before the magistrate court how she was allegedly drugged and later defiled by a 30-year-old man of the same area. This is in a matter in which Vincent Mulenga, a businessman, is charged with adopting 4 girls aged between 12 and 17, indicate assault on females, defilement and assault occasioning actual bodily harm.
At only 15, she's a victim of defilement. More ways was forced into prostitution business by 30-year-old Vincent Mulenga from Lusaka's George compound, the man she also claims to have allegedly defiled her. Total silence and shock is what characterized the Lusaka's magistrate court when this 15-year-old girl of Lusaka's George Township, who is now in the custody of a named orphanage, testified how she was physically and sexually abused on several occasions by the accused and ordered to sleep with different men in the street of Matero compound. This is in a matter in which Vincent Mulenga has been slapped with 1 count of adopting 4 girls aged between 12 and 17, 1 count of indecent assault on females, defilement and assault occasioning actual bodily harm. When the matter came up for trial before Lusaka Magistrate Tandosa Chavala, the victim testified that sometime back in November 2021, the 30-year-old accused told her not to go back home after she went to see one of her friends at his bar as he wanted to use her and would give her money in return. The state witness further told Magistrate Chavala that when she refused, Mulenga persuaded her into drinking a local beer, which she identified as Lusaka, but had added some drugs. She testified that after falling unconscious, the accused took advantage, and from that day he forbid her from going back to her parents, a situation that now saw her being taken to the street of Matero and having sexual intercourse with different men at lodges in exchange for money. In her concluding testimony, she said the situation continued for almost 2 months, and she could use the same money she made with her friend to pay for rentals and the rest give Vincent Mulenga, the alleged defiler. The matter comes up on the 16th of May 2022 for continued trial. Miriam Kaimba, reporting for Camnet TV News.
This brings us to the end of our Camnet Midday News, but before we go, let's take a look at the stories that made the headlines. Seized BOWMAN LUSAMBO'S properties risk being forfeited to the state. Agricultural students protest demanding employment. Thank you for joining us on our Camnet Midday News. My name is Amazing Katamanda. Good afternoon.